Before I start this video, I just want to let everybody know that this is not an art video. This is a personal video. You don't have to watch this one if you don't want to. This is just me being up early in the morning rather. If you don't want to watch this one, this is fine. I wouldn't hold it against you. But if you're interested, stay a while. And I'm just going to talk about myself a bit. So, hi. It's Noodle Dog, or whatever you might remember me as or know me as. What's up? It's been a little while. I don't upload as much as I want to, and that's probably because I have a lot of personal stuff going on. Mainly it's just portfolio work and trying to make sure my grades stay up, and that's kind of hard, especially with all the classes that you end up taking. And it's kind of hard, but you do what you can, because otherwise it's really, really difficult. So, I am just gonna talk a little bit about my personal self, and maybe you guys get a sense of me, and maybe it'll help you all figure out what you guys want to do. So I was going to talk about today what started me on this path of being an artist. So this is a personal story, like I said before. No holds bar. If you don't want to read this, or if you don't want to watch this rather, don't watch it. It's fine. There's not going to be a whole lot of editing in this one because it's just me talking. And if you like that, then cool. If you don't, that's fine too. So, let's see. I talked about it, or I may have talked about it in a little bit of a context ways back. My first video on Artist Block, I may have talked about me being an artist and why I chose to be it, but I'm going to go over that story and kind of break it down so it's a little bit easier for you guys to understand. And I'll probably talk about my life in other videos if you guys like it. So if you like this kind of idea, let me know in the comments, and let me know by liking the video. I would really appreciate it. So let's start with basic facts. Why did I want to be an artist? So everybody asks themselves that question, and it's really hard to think about. What was a defining moment in your life that turned you into that artist, or what made you want to be an artist? And many people, they want to do it because they want to, that was their calling. They feel like they were always really good at it. Well, I wasn't always a very good artist. In fact, I might even throw some pictures up on the screen like these. These are some of my first pictures, and I'm not very proud of them, but you have to acknowledge where you come from in order to be better. And I was never exactly a great artist. I just drew, and a lot of times I was kind of ridiculed for it by my family, my parents, because I wasn't exactly good enough to consider it being a job or anything like that. And my parents were, and still are, they're not exactly art bearing people. Now keep in mind, they like art, but their son doing art was kind of a strange thing. My dad was, and still is, a lawyer. So my dad is very materialistic. He's very mercurial. He's very about what people have and don't have, and what people don't have, especially if they don't have money. And my dad was always the kind of person who never really wanted me to be anything else but a successful surgeon or a doctor or a scientist or whatever. And he would always put me in science camps, and I would always do good in them, but I didn't really enjoy them. I mean, they were fun because I had made friends, but that's the fallacy. Just because you enjoy it doesn't mean that it's the right thing for you. Well, and you might even end up finding things that you like better or more enjoyable in the future. And my mom is an English teacher, so my mom is a little bit more, lenient. She's always in my corner for the most part. For the people out there, your mom is always like your number one fan. So for the most part, and that was definitely the case for myself. My mom, I still think my mom is a great person, and she still supports me. And now my dad supports me too. But back in the day, I wasn't a strong artist. I was just, noodling around in a little college rule journal pad, and I would do that, and I was scared to show people what I've done. Even my friends, I was scared of showing my friends what I've drawn and what I've done, because I was scared they were going to laugh at me, because I wasn't exactly a good artist. And the biggest problem with that was being confident in, caring about what I posted or what I shared with my friends. And I didn't have social media, so I said post, but I didn't have social media for a long time, right? That's how it was. So, um, let's fast forward a couple of years to my college experience. So, I was going to college for computer science as a major, and I knew I wasn't going to enjoy that, but I had to do something. I had to do something that my parents would be okay. He's gonna do this. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be a success. And it killed me on the inside because I didn't really want to be that. I didn't want to be a, a computer scientist for the most part. And I struggled with being who I was in college. And in my first couple of days, I stayed on campus. I met a friend, and he was a really good artist, like really good, like one of those guys that has probably been doing this. He either woke up from the womb doing this, or he was practicing and putting his foot into pavement every single day. And that was like, motivation for me to start drawing more, taking my drawing more seriously, um, taking my drawing more seriously in school. And I wasn't an art major. I was still a computer science major, but it gave me some kind of resolve. Sorry, it gave me some kind of resolve into being the person that I want to be. And I would draw a lot. I would draw daily, and I would tirelessly try to improve. And I didn't exactly, get better overnight. It took a couple of years to get anywhere close to anything good, and that's common. You don't get there in a day. You gotta get there. It takes years to get to where you are, and I still have issues with my art, but that's neither here nor there. So here I am. I'm young. I'm young. I'm 18 or whatever. I think I'm 18. Yeah, I was 18 at that time. And I was just trying to do things, and I met friends that were into everything that I'm into. So people that know me, um, I'm a big I'm a big cartoon fan. I love animations. I love comics. I love stuff like that, and I love anime. And that's a lot of people like anime, of course. And everybody knows the quintessential anime in the world now, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. Those things are what kind of tied me and my friends together, right? Those things, what I would go home. They're what I go home to in the afternoon when I was a kid. I'd go home and I'd turn on Dragon Ball Z and I guess watch, Goku power up for 2 episodes. But and I would love that. That was the coolest thing ever, and it still is really cool. It's what I base a lot of my art off of. I mean, if you ever see what I draw a lot of muscular characters. Well, Dragon Ball Z is probably to blame for that because I really love Dragon Ball Z. But that's neither here nor there because that's inspiration. That's another video. But I met friends that were really into what I was into, and then I found out the whole dorm was into what I was into, and I didn't think that the whole dorm, the whole spectrum of people that I met would be like, you watch Dragon Ball too? Bet you can't. Bet you're gonna get your ass beat on these sticks. And I was like, wow, people like what I like. That's crazy. At my old school, there was only like 4 people that openly liked this kind of stuff. And now that I'm older, I just realized that people are either not fans, or they're either closet fans, or they're just openly like, yo, did you see the new episode of this or this and this? And that kind of stuff was really cool. So I found comfort in friends and people that truly appreciated the things that I was into, and I found people that didn't want me to give up. That friend I was talking about, he never pushed me away from like being an artist because I wasn't good. He would always be like, "This is what you need to improve on if you want to get better," and then he would tell me if I got better and if I got worse. And sometimes you have your fluctuations, but you have your off days. But you eventually find a form of consistency that's really good. In any case, I eventually, after a while, I took my first art class as in ceramics, and I did really good on it. I got a B, I think. I was like a point away from an A or something like that, and I did a really good job, and I felt really proud of myself because I was getting good grades, and I wasn't doing pretty well in college, but I did mess up one of my first classes, my math class. I'm not a good math person, and I got an F in a pass-fail class. Yeah, I'm not a good math student at all. So that's why that happened. But I say that because that kind of motivated me to do better, and I would do all my homework. I would study so I can go back to the sculpture studio, ceramic studio, and I could, make more clay sculptures and stuff like that. And I did really well. And then I realized that maybe this was my calling, and this is maybe what I should have been doing a long time ago, preparing for this stuff. But my parents didn't like it. But my parents weren't around. I was in computer science, but I was also in the dorms. They couldn't tell me what I could and couldn't do, so I silently sneaked my way into the art department at my school, and I stayed there, and I slowly got better and better. I'll admit that I didn't have a really good time with throwing on a pottery wheel. I was not good at that, but and initially I wasn't good at painting either. I wasn't that great. And then I took drawing, and I met some really important people in my life that I still care for deeply to this day, and there's a couple people that I really care for. And even though some of them I want to smack on the back of the head, I think one of these people knows exactly who I'm talking to, and if he's watching, yeah, I want to smack you in the back of the head, dude, but you're still cool. Still cool. But those things defined what is now a career path for me. I know what I want to do in my life, and I know what I would like to do. I know that this is just a thing that I'm doing for people. Like this YouTube thing, that's just what happens, right? And if anything happens with it, cool. That's great. But if not, then I'm not upset about it, because I have other things on my agenda that I can't just sit around and do this, and I won't just sit around and do this. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make things work, and part of that is making myself happy, and this is what makes me happy, being an artist. I got better slowly after I went to the art department, and after I started doing things, like I started taking classes that I wouldn't take normally. I started maturing a lot more than I would. I traveled places, I got internships, and now I'm doing all these things that I really care about. And this is just another venture for me. This YouTube thing is just something that's really cool, and I've always wanted to do it. And who wouldn't want to bare their soul to hundreds of millions of people eventually on the internet? That's something that you don't really expect yourself to do. And this is just, a confidence test. This is all one big thing for me to do in the coming future. And I'm going to keep uploading for you all, even though I don't upload regularly. Maybe something like this may be a little bit easier to upload and minimally edited. Something that I could slap some gameplay videos on the background while I just talk. And, that could help. This is just me talking. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you like this video, hit the like button and tell me what you think about it in the comments below. Tell me your story. I'd love to hear it. I have a Discord. You can always send me a message on Discord. I could put my tag somewhere. And if you're interested in talking, just talk to me. I'm usually pretty available. That's it. I don't have anything else to say, so I'll talk to you all another time. Maybe another personal video? We'll see. We'll see if this one gets some likes. And if it does, sure, I'll upload another one. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves, and keep on pushing. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.